The most important part of Ayurveda's daily routine or dinacharya is the morning routine. You have maybe heard that phrase about waking up out of the wrong side of the bed. And if you've ever had that experience where your morning doesn't start off quite right, it can really kind of set you up for the rest of the day not feeling, just kind of feeling out of sorts. And so the emphasis of the morning routine, Ayurveda believes how you start your day impacts your energy, your mindset, your mood, your stress levels throughout the rest of the day. So to start with, Ayurveda's first recommendation is to try to wake up early in the morning, either at sunrise or before sunrise. And so as the seasons are changing, we can definitely get more sleep in the winter months, and then we require less sleep in the summer months when there's more daylight. So this is a wonderful way to just start synchronizing ourselves with the circadian rhythms and being aware of when sunrise is and trying to wake up at that time. So waking up early is very important. Vata in the dosha clock corresponds to 2 to 6 a.m. And this is the time period when we're sleeping where we have the most REM sleep. So remember, Vata is that principle of movement. So it makes perfect sense that we're getting our REM sleep during this time period. It's not our deepest sleep of the night. And the more we sleep into that Vata time period, the more we're going to have disturbed dreaming or nightmares or more activity, not getting the deep rest that we need. If we look at the dosha clock and we look at the kapha time period of the morning, this is between 6 to 10 a.m. So the longer we sleep into that kapha window, the more we'll acquire kapha qualities of feeling heavy, of feeling groggy, of feeling tired. And so it's important to try to wake up before that kapha time period or minimize sleeping during that time. Kapha is also responsible for sinus congestion. Anyone who has sinus issues knows waking up during that kapha time, they might have a lot of sinus blockage during that time as well. All right, so we've woken up early. The first thing we want to do is start the day with some type of positive intention, feeling of gratitude, maybe saying a prayer. This is a great way to kind of start your day with a feeling of positivity. The next thing that we're going to do is do some of our morning cleansing practices. So washing the face, for example. Ayurveda also talks about washing the eyes. So there's a very simple little glass or sometimes plastic cup you can get at the drugstore. This one is shaped like an eye. You fill it with room temperature water. You don't want it to be too hot, too cold. And then you're bringing one eye at a time into that water, opening the eyes and blinking a couple times like that so that we can work on cleaning the entire eye, especially for all of us who are using a lot of time in front of the computer screen. Rejuvenating the eyes with a daily eye wash feels wonderful. So that's something we're going to do while we're washing the face as well. And then Ayurveda believes in always starting the day with drinking a full 8-ounce glass of water that should be room temperature. This is an excellent way to hydrate the body first thing in the morning as soon as you wake up. It's a great way to help stimulate an early morning bowel movement. And Ayurveda says this also helps to balance all 3 doshas by drinking that early morning glass of water. So then we're ready to have our early morning bowel movement. This should be consistent every single day, and we want to be regular with this. Once we've done that, we can move to some of the oral hygiene, gargling, brushing our teeth, scraping our tongue. So gargling, you might have heard of the term oil swishing, which is not the exact translation of the Ayurvedic term for this. And so what the proper translation would really be, instead of oil pulling, is the term that's used out in the media. Oil swishing is the proper term. So coconut water, coconut milk, coconut oil, you could use coconut water or coconut oil as well, but swishing the mouth with that coconut oil is a great way to work on anyone who has TMJ. It helps to loosen up the muscles, really great for oral hygiene, and you can retain it just for a couple minutes and then spit the oil out. After that, brushing the teeth, we recommend using herbal toothpaste, and then scraping the tongue. There's different devices out there, but I'm going to show you the tongue cleaner that I use. So it's shaped like the same shape of the tongue. You can get these in different metals, and this is very commonly still used in India to this day. And you start at the very back of the tongue. You're scraping the tongue all the way to the front, one action like that, and then just repeating that a couple of times. And you're going to do that until you produce kind of like a natural gag reflex. And after you've had that natural gag reflex, you're done. And this is a great practice to do after brushing your teeth morning and at night to keep that tongue coating clear. All right, so we've done some of our oral hygiene practices, and then next Ayurveda recommends a practice called nasya. Nasya means medicated nasal drops. These are administered into the nose while you're lying down, and then you're tilting the head back. So with the dropper, as you drop 3 to 5 drops in each nostril, the drops are going into the nose. And then with the head tilted back, you're just kind of helping that movement up the sinuses by going like this. And you can do that movement a couple of times. Keep the head in that tilted back position for about a minute or so before you get up. The nasya practice is wonderful if you have headaches and migraines. It can clear those very well. It's also great for sinus issues. It helps to relieve anxiety, depression, wonderful for emotional balance. Also gives mental clarity and helps with neck and shoulder tension. So nasya is one of the techniques that we do in Panchakarma, the Ayurvedic detox, but it's also a practice that can be done on a daily basis. It's contraindicated for women during their cycle and during pregnancy. So those are the 2 times you don't want to be doing nasya. The next morning practice we're going to recommend is called Abhyanga, which means self-oil massage. And so we're using a specific herbal oil to balance your dosha, your constitution. And for Vata people, that could be sesame or almond oil. For Pitta people, we want a more cooling oil like coconut or maybe sunflower. For Kapha, we need a warm, invigorating oil like maybe mustard oil will be good for them, or safflower oil. So based on the right oil, we're going to apply that on our body, and it takes about 5 minutes to do this daily oil massage practice. So you might want to do this in your bathtub, someplace where you might get things a little bit messy. And then we're always massaging towards the heart. So we're going to kind of do like long strokes on most of the body, and around the joints, we're doing kind of a circular movement here. So you can start at the feet, work your way up the legs, then work on the abdomen, the torso, work on the arms, starting with the hands, working towards the chest and towards the heart. The back, you're doing whatever you can get to. The face, some people don't like putting oil on the face, so that's optional, depending on your skin requirements, if you want to put it on the face. Anyone with TMJ, I recommend at least massaging the jaw, because that really helps to loosen up the jaw and feels really good. So after doing the Abhyanga, the oil massage, you might wear a robe. You want to maintain the oil on the body for at least 15 minutes or so before bathing. And then there's a couple other recommendations here for the morning routine, and the order of this can be changed around a little bit. So doing a morning yoga practice is recommended. Some people like doing the oil massage, oiling their joints, and then being able to do their yoga practice. Some people find it too messy and oily, so they might do their yoga practice first and then do the oil massage afterwards, so you can experiment with that. And then exercise. So exercise is best done during the Kapha time of day. Kapha is when we accumulate heaviness, we accumulate fat, so moving and exercising during that time helps to break up that buildup of Kapha. So we have Kapha between 6 to 10 a.m. and 6 to 10 p.m., which kind of fits in with the time most people exercise, is those morning hours before work or maybe the evening hours after work. So either time is okay, just figuring out what works best for you. Some people who exercise in the evening feel it wires them too much and keeps them from sleeping, so you just want to figure out the best routine for you. And then after all of this, bathing would be the last thing that we would do after our yoga routine or our exercise routine, maintaining that oil on for at least 15 minutes or so before we bathe. And then also thinking about bathing as kind of a daily ritual of cleansing. So it's not just cleansing our physical body, but also cleansing our mind. Ayurveda recommends humming or singing while we shower as a great way to equalize our body temperature. Also very relaxing. And so these are all of the components that Ayurveda would emphasize in a morning routine. You might not be able to fit in all of these things right away, but it's nice to start experimenting with some of these new Ayurvedic practices that maybe you haven't done before, like Nasya, the nose drops, or the oil massage, and just start to incorporate them and observe for yourself how you feel. It should help you start the day with a feeling of being energized, feeling a lot of vitality, feeling a positive mindset, and really ready to start your day.